Hello, Flosstube. Welcome back to all of you returning viewers, and welcome to everyone who is new and is visiting my channel for the first time. My name is Melanie, aka the Soulful Stitcher, and just want to welcome you guys to my channel. I know it's been a hot minute since I filmed, but you know, when I don't have a lot to talk about or, you know, not much progress to show, I just try to wait and build up, you know, so I have something to talk about when I do film. So, as far as family life updates is concerned, everybody is doing well. We're all just, you know, getting through life the best that we can. You guys know that my son is studying to be a certified accountant. And so far, there's 4 parts. And so far, he has passed part number 1, and he is studying for part number 2. And he will take the testing for part 2 in October. So please send him, you know, great thoughts, prayers, whatever you do, because he is well on his way. My wife got a promotion at her job. So, you know, things are just moving in the right direction. We're all healthy. We're, you know, practicing, you know, great health measures and, you know, just to keep our family safe and productive and moving in the right direction. So, that's, you know, it for life updates. Everything is going well. So this is not going to be a super long video, because I do have progress to show, but I've been working on certain WIPs continuously. So it's not like I've been working on 40 different WIPs. I have about maybe 5 or 6 here that I've been working on continuously, getting a lot of progress in. So let's get started with the WIPs. I don't have any finishes, don't have any FFOs. You guys know that. So, let's go ahead and go with the WIPs then. So my first WIP is the infamous, which we all love, White Rose Manor by Brenda Gervais. And I'm doing this on the mystery linen. I believe this linen is smaller than 40 count, but I haven't counted it out to see, but I can tell just from the stitching that this is smaller. It might be like 46 or 50 count, I believe. But I'd have to count it out and actually see. But, oh, I can't really tell. Let me see here. Well, there is the progress for that. Hopefully you can see. And I am using the HDF Silks by Vicki Clayton. She actually has a silk pack for this. So, let me see something. Let me see. Is that better? Let me see. That really didn't do a whole lot, did it? No. Maybe. We'll show it again just in case. So I'm using the HDF Silks on that. And next up is the one that is giving me fits. And woo, I don't know if I want to restart this. A while back, I was really big into stitching over one. For whatever reason, I'm not into it anymore. So I started this project stitching it over one. And now I have to frog certain section because I miscounted. And frogging it is really becoming a pain. So I'm just really wondering if I just want to start this over and doing it 2 over 2. But without further ado, it is Pride and Prejudice by Sapphire. Pride and Prejudice by Sapphire Mountain Handcrafts. And this is on a piece of hand-dyed even weave 28 count by me. And it's this little bit right here. And I keep having problems with these octagons. For whatever reason, I just cannot get these. I can't get them to stitch right. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but it's a no-go, honey. It's not working. So I'm thinking I'm going to do this over. I'm going to re-dye the fabric and just do it over 2/2. I'm going to try one more time to get this right. If I can't get this right, then I'm done. I'm scrapping it and I'm doing it 2/2. And I'll just re-dye the linen. Re-dye the even weave. Alrighty. Next up is from the infamous Liz Matthews. And that is Engraver's Chart. And I have completed row B. And I am doing this on 32 count Sahara vintage Sahara vintage. Here we go. Yeah, 32 count vintage Sahara. And I'm doing it with the DMC rayon silk threads. And I know, you know, that doesn't tickle a lot of people's fantasy. Just because those threads can be hard to work with. But I have found if you use shorter lengths and you keep it moistened, they work. There's no problem with stitching with it. Next up is an oldie. And I need to just get it done. But for whatever reason, I think, yeah, I'm going to work on this and I'm going to get it done. And then when I start working on it, because it's nothing but words, I'm like, oh my goodness, I don't feel like working on this. And it is called It's Halloween by Foxwood Crossings. And this is on a piece of hand-dyed by me, 18 count Aida with the Weeks Dye Works color Onyx. And I'm doing it 1 thread over 2. And here's where I'm at. And I just need to get it done. Okay. Next up is another one that's giving me a little bit of a fit because I keep messing up the rings on this one. But instead of restarting this over, I am just fudging this bad boy as I go along. And it is the, let me find the cover page. 1 second. If I can't find it, then... Oh, found it. It is Through the Stars Zodiac Sampler by Clouds Factory. Okay. And I am stitching this on a piece of hand-dyed 18 count Aida, dyed by me. And I'm stitching it over 2. Alrighty. And here's where I'm at. But you guys will not believe what I did. Yep. So I have to figure out what to do with that. I tried to get it out with rubbing alcohol. That didn't work. I tried dish soap. That didn't work. So I think if the rings don't go all the way down where that particular stain is at, I'm just going to take something, take some of the thread and stitch over the highlighter and just make some type of motif or something. Some type of solid motif to put right there. You know, they say cross stitches make it your own, right? So we'll just add a little extra flair in there. Okay. Next up, one that is an oldie but goodie that's been hanging out in the wings as well. But I am almost finished this. I've done pretty much everything on here. And this is Santa's Village by Country Cottage Needleworks. Number 1. Santa's Village, yeah, is number 1. And I have completed that one. Except for down here, you have some hollies and some little things that you got to do. But I've done everything else. And now I'm moving on to number 2, which is Poinsettia's Place. And I'm sorry. Number 1, I was right. It's called Santa's House. And number 2 is Poinsettia's Place. So I'm going to be working on that one next. Okay. Now, 2 new starts since I have seen you guys last is another one by, and I cannot remember if I showed this to you last time. I might have. If I have, you can see it again. Which is Country Cottage Needleworks, Main Street Flower Shop. It's a whole series, and number 1 is the flower shop, and so that's where I'm at. I'm doing this on a piece of 32 count star sapphire linen, and this is where I'm at. Okay. Next up, another new start since I've seen you guys is one that I've been coveting and had been wanting and finally got it, which was Garden Vegetables by Kathy Barrick. And I'm doing this on a piece of 40 count flax. And I didn't take it out the hoop. But this is where I've gotten so far. Okay. And I'm doing it with the DMC. I tried to get the NPI silks, but they just kept being out of them. And I got tired of waiting, so I just went ahead and kitted it up with the DMC. So now let's talk a little bit about haul. Since I've last seen you guys, we all have kind of jumped on this really interesting train for thread drops. And basically what you do is you create your own personalized thread drops through Vistaprint or whoever in the business card style. And I created mine. And I put it to where you can put the DMC number on the back, and then I have the Soulful Stitcher. So anybody in the US who's interested in trading, all you have to do is let me know on Instagram. You can message me. Facebook, you can message me. But I will not be going to the post office until this coming Friday. So I won't get it out until then. So that's one of my hauls. Second thing a haul I got is these Morgan hoops, 7 inches. These are awesome. They are tight. They are awesome. I'd love to stitch in hand, but sometimes this hand gets stiff and it hurts. And so I have to put my pieces in hoops. And so these Morgan hoops are amazing, but they're pretty expensive, but you know, they're worth it. They're worth it to me. So then next up, let's see, my 3-owl thread floss of the month came for August. I'm waiting. September's will be coming out soon. And so what I got for that is Aura's Iris. Olive Branch. Pebble Beach. Pickled Beets. Perfect Pie Crust. Peach Sherbet. Onion Skin. Organza Pink. Pansy Purple. And Peanut Brittle. So that's the Floss of the Month Club for me. That came in as some haul. Let's see. Next up, this was my first time ordering from her, which was McKenna at 1884 Stitchery. And she found some goodies. You know that she gets things from people who've passed on, or people who are passing the stash that they no longer want. She goes out and she gets it, and then she resells it in her shops at awesome prices. And so she had a bag of 32 count fabric cuts, and I snatched it up. It was less than $40 for all of this. So there's some small cuts in here. There's some large cuts. There's some medium cuts. And I will be able to make use for all of it. So I snatched it up. Then next on my list is my order came in from Italy, from Roveris. And I got the Salem Witches. And then I have the October 31st. She doesn't name her patterns, but that's you know, that's just what I called it. Next up is something else that I have been wanting, and finally was able to get it because I was able to find the silks for it. Generally, I will kit my projects up with DMC, but there are just times when I want silk or over-dyed floss. And for these particular patterns, I wanted the silk because the designer and the model stitcher just made these look so beautiful that I didn't want to do them any other way. And so without further ado, I'm talking about Luminous Fiber Arts, Gathering Clover, and Gathering Berries. And the silks that you need are Color Classic Works Belle Soie silks. And you needed them in collard greens and cranberry. And so I got 2 skeins of each just to make sure that I would have enough. And then whatever I don't use, I just put it in my stash and stitch it with, stitch with something else. These are beautiful, Christmas colors, so I'm sure I could find something for them to go with. Yep, so I finally found the silks because I had been, and I don't know why I do this anyway. There's so many other places besides 123 Stitch, but 123 Stitch besides my L&S, and my L&S didn't have them, is my #1 go-to. And I will put my name or put my email address into the the email reminder when it comes in and it doesn't come in. And then something told me, well, Melanie, duh, there's other shops out there. And I found the damn silks at Fat Quarter Shop. Like, if I had to look there, I could have had them the whole entire time. Like, girl, I get on my own nerves. Let me tell you, I really do. Another pattern that I got is by Fa La 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 La, excuse me. That is not the name of the shop. The name of the shop is Little Stitch Girl. The designer, excuse me. Little Stitch Girl. And the name of the pattern is Fa La 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 Lane. Oh, wow. And I'm doing this in Everything Called For. I'm doing it on a piece of 32 count pearl gray linen. And then I have some Color Classic Works threads that go with it, along with some DMCs. So I'm doing that in all the called for. And that's going to just be a Christmas start. I'm not starting that anytime soon. Next up is another one that I've been wanting. And this pattern is called Jesus. And I got it through, I forget the name of the shop. But here it is. And it comes with everything. The threads, the fabric. But the fabric is 14 count. And I don't think I want to do it on 14 count. I think I want to switch it out and do it on 18 count. Next up was one that I was hemming and hawing about. I was going back and forth. I don't know if I want to do it or not. And then finally, I connected with Reese on Instagram. She's the lady that has the fox. I don't know if you know her or not. And we both decided that we wanted to do this together. And it is the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery Cozy Cafe Club. And I just kitted that one up with DMC. And I got all of the beads that go with it too. So that's going to be a fun little stitch. I just have to pick out my fabric for it. And last thing, another one that I've been wanting for years and couldn't find it, and finally found it through my local needlework shop, is called, move this, Witch's Wheel by Glendon Place. And I'm going to hand dye fabric for this, my own. I'm stitching it with regular DMC, and it calls for some beads. Let me show you the pretty beads that go on this. And there's 2 more that I have to get. So we have this pretty orange color, this purple, this citrine color or green, however you want to say it. This. And these. So those are going to be beautiful. And that's pretty much it, ladies and gents. I don't have anything else to show. I know, there's quite a few of you that are interested in a WIP parade. But I would have to do that bad boy in 3 parts because we're talking about from the front all the way to, or the front all the way to the back, 3 shelves filled up of project bags with projects in them. So that's going to take a while. So I want to thank you so much for coming to visit me, checking out my channel. I hope you enjoyed what you saw. I hope you come back and visit me again. You guys take care, stay safe, and God bless. Bye.